Hello, everyone, and welcome to this event in partnership with Northeastern University. My name is Stefania, and I will be moderating this webinar on behalf of Docsity. So I see here that our first participants have joined us, so a warm welcome to all of you. And we're just going to wait a few minutes before we dive into our session to ensure that everyone has the chance to connect. In the meantime, don't hesitate to say hi or introduce yourself in the chat. Furthermore, we are curious to know where are you joining us from, so please take a moment to share your location here in the chat that you find in Zoom. And thank you again for being here. We will start shortly, I promise. In the meantime, I wanted to inform you that we got a Q&A session lined up right after the presentation. This is your chance to ask your questions to our panelists, so don't be shy. Go ahead and type your questions and curiosity in the Q&A box, because we will be thrilled to answer them at the end of the presentation. And also, if you are interested in receiving the certificate of attendance issued by Docsity, stay tuned because we will give you more information after this session. And talking about the lineup today, we will learn more about applying to graduate programs at Northeastern University, and we will delve into program selection, funding option, and admission process. Here with me, you can see Marina, so it's my pleasure to introduce you Marina Passos, Associate Director of Recruitment and Marketing. So thank you for being part of this event. I remind you about the Q&A session, so please keep to stay here, and we will go through the Q&A session at the end of the presentation. So without further ado, I would say let's get started, and Marina, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Stefania. So good day, everyone. I'm Marina Passos, and I'm part of Northeastern's Global Enrollment Management team. So thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to be here and to be talking to you a little bit about Northeastern University and the whole application process to a U.S. university. We are going to be talking about the benefits of applying to graduate programs in the U.S. and going through all the admissions process as well. So basically, this session is dedicated to all international students who are interested in pursuing a graduate certificate, a master's degree, or a PhD program at Northeastern. As Stefania mentioned, if you have any questions, we're going to address all of them in the end through the chat or the Q&A box. So Northeastern, we are a Tier 1 research university that offers a unique education model that integrates rigorous academics with experiential learning. So Northeastern is currently ranked among the top most innovative schools in the U.S., and we are number 53 among U.S. national universities. But what Northeastern stands out for is that we are number 1 for cooperative education and internships. So for over 100 years, Northeastern has been a world leader in cooperative education, or simply co-op, which is the university's experiential learning program. So by alternating semesters of academic studies with periods of full-time work, all of our students, they can explore or refine potential career paths. They can network, they can make industry connections, broaden perspective, enhance their skills or acquire new skills and knowledge they need to succeed outside the classroom. So the university has over 3,000 employer partners around the globe and more than 10,000 students attending co-op each year. We offer both undergrad and graduate programs across our campuses. So our main campus is located in Boston, Massachusetts. The other ones that you see here on the screen, those are also open to international students. So you offer graduate programs in Boston, Seattle, Silicon Valley, Oakland, Portland in Maine, Arlington, Oakland, sorry, I just said Oakland, Vancouver, Toronto, and also in London, if you're looking for the UK and Canada. Northeastern's Boston campus is located in downtown, so it's close to a lot of shops and restaurants. It is directly served by 2 different subway lines and multiple bus lines. So students can easily commute to campus wherever they are living in Boston. We have fantastic resources and assistance to international students through the departments of Global Services, student ambassadors, and also the global student success. So with these departments, you're going to have guidance on anything related to visa, housing, academic counseling, on-campus job opportunities, health insurance, and much more. Aside from that, we do have the Global Enrollment Management Department, which I'm from, which assists every international student on finding the right fit and going through the application process. So one of the main advantages of studying abroad is that first, well, you can aim for highly ranked world universities. So this means access to great academic resources, to up-to-date facilities, great academic education, besides the number of programs which are available is quite high. So you have different options and fields of studies to choose from. At Northeastern, we have 9 different colleges that you can choose from, more than 200 graduate programs. Also, F1 students, they are eligible to work on campus while attending class. So the work does not need to be related to your field of study. You can work up to 20 hours a week when school is in session, of course, which is part-time. And then during holidays, you can work full-time, which means 40 hours a week. That involves work done in the university premises. Let's say the library, labs, residential buildings, offices, cafeterias. And as I've mentioned before, co-op, there is co-op, cooperative education, which provides students the opportunity to explore their career pathways. So through co-op, you can make valuable industry connections, and you can enhance your skills and build new skills that you need to succeed in your field of studies. So it happens, once again, by alternating semesters of academic studies with periods of full-time work. So upon completion of 1 academic year at Northeastern, you can go ahead and apply for co-op. Most positions are full-time and paid, and we have a specialized career services department that assists all of our students in the process of applying to co-op positions. You will be assigned an academic advisor and a co-op coordinator, and we also promote career fairs and student discussions and information sessions. Also, upon completion of one of your graduate degree at Northeastern, you may apply for post-completion optional practical training, or OPT. So that is an opportunity for you to work in your field of studies upon graduation. So you're going to have the opportunity to apply your classroom learning to the real world. The duration of your OPT will not exceed 12 months unless you complete a STEM degree. For those who are not familiar with STEM, it means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So if you apply for a STEM degree and you graduate from a STEM degree, you will be eligible to apply for a 24-month extension of your OPT. That means that you can remain in the US for up to 3 years upon graduation, working, of course, in a field of studies. So how to choose the right program? So first of all, consider your career goals. Just ask yourself how the program can help you achieve your goals and your expectations. Make sure that the program that you choose is aligned to your career interests. So consider your career pathway. Allocate 6 months or so prior to the application deadlines. Remember that it does take time to research and prepare both academically and financially to attend a graduate programs overseas. So you also may want to prepare, let's say, a calendar of deadlines. Just remember, this is very important, that applications received after the stated deadlines, they will be accepted, they will be processed when complete. However, it may not be possible for you to receive a decision in time for you to begin taking classes on the desired term, if you are admitted, of course. Just remember, after being accepted to the program, you still need to confirm enrollment request your I-20, apply for the visa. So you don't want to leave it for the last minute. Otherwise, unfortunately, you're going to have to defer your program. Always check the program's curriculum for credits that you need to take towards earning that degree. So as an international student, you must complete the program on a full-time basis. And also check the program's requirements. Do I need, let's say, to have any specific academic background? Are there any prerequisite courses that I need to complete before applying? Does the program that I'm interested at require work experience or not? And also, what's the learning model that you're looking for? If you're looking for an online program, you unfortunately cannot take fully online courses when in the US on an F1 visa. So if you're taking an online course, you should complete it from your home country, right? And of course, be mindful of the start dates of the programs. You will find that some programs, they start in September, which is the fall intake. Other programs, they will start in January. We have programs starting in April or July as well. So let's move on to the general admissions requirements. So first of all, what I wanted to highlight is that the objective of the application is not only to show the admissions office your past achievements, but it also to present your story using your own words. So keep that in mind. So to start your application, you need to review the university's website. You're going to see that admissions requirements, they vary by college and program within Northeastern. So when you start the application process, you will notice that some general documents which are required are just standard documents. You know, the ones which other students might also have the same results as you, and we call those hard data. Hard data, they include your transcripts, your English test results, your resume. So as an international student, remember that you need to submit an official English exam score, which usually can be IELTS Academic, TOEFL, PT, or Duolingo. But once again, please confirm with our team which tests are accepted for the program of your choice. On the other hand, there are a few documents which you have total control of that no other applicant will have the same document as you. Those are the statement of purpose and recommendation letters. So those are the ones which will differentiate you from other candidates. You may have the same GPA, you may have gone to the same university, you may have graduated from the same course, you may have the same TOEFL scores, for instance. You might even have worked for the same company, but you will never write the same statement of purpose or provide the same recommendation letters. So the statement of purpose is one of the most important components of your application. It tells admissions committees who you are, what your academic and professional interests are, and how you will add value to the program and the university. So admissions professionals, they already have your transcripts, they already have your resume, they already have your test scores. So they already have your hard data. So the statement of purpose is your chance to tell your story in your own words. It should describe your background, address your unique features, and its soft skills that you have, and should also explain about your expectations towards the program and the university that you wish to pursue. Tell us also a little bit about the career that you wish to pursue. So when you write this when you write the statement of purpose, I suggest that you start with brainstorming, just ask yourself a few questions like, why do I want to apply for this program? Why did I choose Northeastern? What are my expectations towards the program? What soft skills have I acquired in the past from previous academic and professional experiences? Ask yourself those questions, make a draft, put these answers on a paper. And then you will want to take these ideas that you have identified during this brainstorming process and plug them into an outline that will guide you through the writing process. So an effective outline for your statement of purpose will have an introduction, a body, and conclusion. For the resume, make sure that your resume is updated and optimized to your application. So tailor it according to the program that you want to pursue. Your experience should be in chronological order, starting with your current position, and you can include articles, research that you may have done, or any awards and honors that you have received in the past. And for the letters of recommendation, they should come from professors. They should come from academic coordinators, former work supervisors. It can be professional or academic, but it can never be from a family member or a close friend. So just make sure that you're choosing strong recommenders who know you well and can point out your strengths. And always discuss with the recommenders before submitting their contact information. Also provide information to them about the university that you're applying for, the program that you're applying for, and the recommenders will receive an automatic email from Northeastern to fill out the recommendation form. So yeah, I bet most of you are really interested in learning more about funding opportunities as well, right? So there are students, well, first of all, assistantship positions are and awards are offered directly by the graduate school or the academic department. So graduate assistantships, they include teaching and research appointments. Each require a time commitment to provide various types of assistance to an assigned department or project each week. These awards, they generally include a stipend, health insurance, and tuition remission. These positions are usually awarded for PhD students. However, there are few positions available for master's students according to each department's guidelines and availability. You can apply for those once you start a program on campus. And also, the students can be considered for fellowships and merit-based scholarships through the application for admission. So for instance, at Northeastern, all admitted graduate students are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships, which offer partial tuition remission. There is no specific form to apply for merit-based scholarships. Once you actually submit your application, you're automatically considered. If you're eligible, you will be advised upon acceptance to the program. And of course, I would love to share that Northeastern's Portland campus in Maine, it's just 1.5 hours away from Boston. They are currently offering a $25,000 scholarships to all admitted students, regardless of nationality, regardless of the chosen program. But of course, to be eligible for this scholarship, you must be accepted into one of their programs and begin your academic term in fall 24, which means September 24. And admissions are already open. You can scan the QR code that you see on the screen to see the Rue Institute, which is our Portland, Maine campus website. And you're going to find more information about the campus, the location, and also the programs that are offered on site. I'm just going to leave it for another 5 seconds so you can scan the QR code. But if you need, afterwards, I can come back to this slide. All right, so now that you have submitted your application, so now what? You can log into the application portal to check the status of your application. Make sure to check your inbox, your spam folder regularly for any communication from Northeastern. Make sure to submit all documents, because if you don't, your application will not be reviewed. It will simply be marked as incomplete, and the department will not review it. So always check your application status once you have submitted it. If it says awaiting material, just have a look at it again. You can do a checklist, check all documents which are submitted, and you will most likely find out which document is actually missing. You should know that admissions decisions, they are made using an holistic approach. So it means that the admissions committees, they consider the entire application when considering the applicant. So they will consider not only your GPA, not only your English test scores, but all of your previous academic and professional experiences. They will consider your statement of purpose and your recommendation letters, which, as I mentioned before, are really important during the application process. The average application processing time varies by college and program. So I can't really say that it's going to take 2 weeks or let's say 12 weeks because they will vary. Once you're admitted to the program, don't forget to confirm enrollment by the deadline. So once you're admitted, you still need to go online to the application portal and confirm your enrollment. You will also be granted a My Northeastern account. So you're going to have access to a My Northeastern account, email account as well, where all communication is going to be sent. So we kindly ask that if you want to get in touch with us prior to being admitted to Northeastern, and of course, I'm going to leave my email address in the end, you are welcome to contact us. I just kindly ask that when submitting an email to Northeastern, make sure to state your full name, your Northeastern ID number, and make sure that you're sending the email from the email account that you are using during the application process. Then we are able to identify you. Okay, so we have some tips and suggestions for you. So first of all, do your research about the university, the program, and the location. So I have just shared information about the Rue Institute in Portland, for instance, and I trust that you're going to go through all the information on the website, that you're going to go through information about the location, about the programs, about eligibility criteria, about the university campus, and you know, just go through any information that will help decide where to study. Be mindful, Northeastern has the Boston campus, which is the main campus, but we have those regional campuses as well, where you're going to have the same curriculum, you're going to have the same guidance from Northeastern as if you were studying in Boston as well. And you can also connect with the university. So connect with us for any questions that you have. And as I mentioned, I'm going to leave my email or email address in the end of the session. And also, we often hold virtual sessions and webinars to prospective students. So please feel free to register for those. You can find all of those on our website. So let's say that you are interested in the Moore McKim School of Business. They do offer some weekly webinars and info sessions about the graduate certificates in business, MBA programs, business analytics programs, and all of this. These sessions are usually held from February to May, and then from August to November to early November. So unfortunately, since we are getting to December now, we don't have any scheduled sessions. It's just because of timing. But we'll be back with those, and you can check all the calendar at Northeastern's website. Otherwise, please feel free to connect with us. Northeastern also offers weekly counseling sessions for international students. So it doesn't matter where you're coming from in the world, we will have weekly counseling sessions according to each person's time zone. So we have one for Latin America, we have one for Europe, we have one for South Asia, East Asia, Southeast Asia, Middle East, and Africa. All right, so please feel free to connect with us as well. We are the admissions staff at Northeastern. And moving on, just tailor your letters accordingly. So allow time for multiple drafts, especially when writing the statement of purpose and your resume. Of course, never plagiarize. Your application will be dismissed if you do. And one thing that I wanted to also highlight is that you can ask someone else to check your application, and maybe you missed something. So just ask, let's say, your spouse, your brother, or your friend to read through the statement of purpose, to read through your resume. Maybe they will find a small mistake or something that didn't really make sense, and that will give you an opportunity to rewrite it accordingly. So just remember that 4 eyes are better than 2. So you can ask someone else, like, of course, someone that you trust, to review the application on your behalf before you actually submit it to Northeastern. once you submit all the documents to Northeastern, unfortunately, you were not able to edit it unless you connect with the department, which honestly can take a little while to make all the changes that you want. So before submitting your application, make sure that you have submitted everything accordingly. Okay, just 1 second. There you go. I wanted to mention that we have the graduate block, which offers great tips such as how to write the statement of purpose, how to write your resume, how to ask for recommendation letters. So please feel free to scan these QR codes for reference and please explore the graduate blog. You're going to find more information about your programs of interest, any information about, let's say, taking virtual classes. So please feel free to explore the graduate blog. We have really great posts over there. So yeah, just go ahead and please scan these QR codes if you want more tips, specific tips on submitting these required documents. All right, I can come back to it later. And I wanted to leave you with a few questions to make you think about yourself, make you think about your accomplishments, your goals. So remember that universities, and Northeastern specifically, we are looking for students who will contribute to the university's community. So that includes collaborative thinking, being a constructive member of the classroom, but it also means participating in projects, in research, in sports and activities promoted by the university. So think about it. Are you committed to your professional and academic goals? Do you have a positive attitude? How is your sense of community? Are you a leader? What skills, and I'm going to add a few. So what skills should I acquire to fulfill my professional and academic goals? Do I show and do I have social responsibility? These are questions that you can also think while doing the brainstorming process when writing the statement of purpose. This is our email address. Please feel free to reach out at global@northeastern.edu because Northeastern's Global Enrollment Management team is happy to address all of your questions via email. If you're from specific regions in the world, where you're going to be assigned to specific counselors according to your nationality and your location. So please feel free to reach out and we'll have someone from Northeastern's Global Enrollment Management team to assist you during the application process and also before and beyond that as well. Please explore the website. As I mentioned, it's northeastern.edu. You're going to find the calendar of activities. You're going to find the weekly counseling sessions. You're going to find all the information about our more than 200 graduate degrees that we offer throughout our global campus network. And you are also going to find the graduate student blog and all the resources that I mentioned with the Office of Global Services, Global Student Success, and also the student ambassadors. All right, I think that we can get to questions now. I see that there are a few. I haven't really gone through them through the presentation. So, yep.
Thank you, Marina, for this interesting presentation. So, as you said, we got a few questions. I know that you talk about a few of them, but maybe we can clear it up something. So, they are asking if there is a minimum GPA to apply.
So admissions criteria, they will vary according to the program that you apply for. It can go from 2.5 to 3.5, so it depends on the college. So I wouldn't say that there is a minimum GPA to apply for a scholarship because, as I mentioned, the admissions office will take an holistic approach when reviewing the application, though, so they will not consider only the GPA, but they will also consider your professional background, your resume, your statement of purpose, and recommendation letters.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is, what are the timelines between application submission and outcome?
All right, so it will vary again by college. So I would say it can go from 3 weeks to 12, let's say to 16 weeks.
Right.
once the application is complete.
Okay, thank you. And we have an interesting question. Do you have extracurricular activities for a student there? For example, clubs, meetings, conferences?
Yes, we do. So we have communities. So let's say Latin American communities, African communities, and we have all these extra activities which are promoted by these communities and by these clubs as well. All right. So I'm going to give you an example. There is a recently founded club, which is called the Business Club, Latam Business Club. So that's specifically for Latin American students. So they also promote some lectures. So we had the airline Latam, so we had the Latam CEO presenting at the university, and all of the students, not only Latin American students, but all of the students could join. And these were actually promoted by the Latam Business Club. So yeah, there are so many activities going on.
Thank you. It was really interesting, and I think that also could be interesting for our students. And talking about internationalizations, we got a few questions about English. For example, they are asking if there is a high level of English required to enter in the university.
Like the minimum level of English, I would say that it is intermediate, but once again, admissions criteria will vary. We do accept TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, or PTE, but let's say you are applying for the computer science program, then it's only TOEFL and IELTS are accepted. But if you're applying to global studies and international relations or project management, then TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, and PTE are accepted. So it varies a lot. Let's say that the minimum at the university is IELTS 6.5 or TOEFL 79. But there are a few programs that require IELTS 7.5. There are a few programs that require a higher TOEFL score.
Okay, and in this regarding, Frederick is asking if for students from Kenya that speak English as a mother tongue, is there a test or they have to prove that they know English?
It will depend again on the college, but most colleges, they provide English waivers for students from Kenya, from Nigeria. So yeah, just send us a message and we'll confirm. Just make sure that you state the program that you're looking for, and then we can confirm.
Okay, and last question regarding to the English language. They also ask if you provide courses to improve the English level.
Yes, so we do. That's a great question. So we do have the Global Pathways program. I am happy to send the link through the chat. So basically, the Global Pathways program is designed for students who do not complete Northeastern's primary level of English through the desired program, of course. So they can apply for 1 or 2 semesters of Global Pathways program, where they're going to take credits towards their master's degree, but those credits are going to be related to English, academic English. Let me just 1 second. I am happy to share the link, direct link to. Okay. And then you can also access it. Global Pathways at Northeastern. So here it is. I'm going to share on the chat box for everyone to see. All right. That was an interesting question.
Perfect. Thank you, Marina. I hope that this can be useful for a lot of people here that are joining our webinar.
Yeah.
And okay, we got a few questions related to scholarships. Specifically, they are asking if there is any scholarship available for European students.
All admitted students, regardless of nationality, they are automatically considered for scholarships.
Talking about room and apartment, we got 2 questions. One is, do you also offer a support service to find a room or an apartment?
Yes, we do. So through the Office of Global Services, we have the housing department that assists international students on finding accommodation off campus. So for graduate students, we do not have any dorms or on-campus housing. Those are only offered for freshman undergrad students. So for students applying to master's, PhD, and grad certificates, we do have an off-campus housing department that will provide assistance on finding accommodation off-campus. What the department does is explain to you how it works in Boston, let's say, or how it works in Portland to find accommodation, where to live, how to rent, and all of this.
Okay, and talking about dorms, do you have dorms in the university?
Not for graduate students, only for freshman undergrad students.
Okay. And they are also asking in general if the cost of living in Boston is high. I don't know if you want to explain a bit how is to living in Boston, also to have insights about the life there.
All right, so it's a tricky question because I would say it depends on your lifestyle. Let's talk about housing, for instance. If you live downtown across the university and you rent an apartment for yourself, it's not going to be cheap. But if you're sharing accommodation with a friend, or maybe you don't mind commuting to the university, let's say for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that, then yeah, your cost of living will drop. So it depends on your lifestyle. I would say that Boston is not a cheap city. It's a big city, but at the same time, it's a university city, which means that you have so many options of where to live, what to do, where to go shopping, that you can make your own informed decisions and, just try to find the best fit for you. So yeah, I would say that.
Okay, thank you. And they are asking, is there an office we can report to for help with enrollment?
It's right there on the screen, global@northeastern.edu. The Global Enrollment Management team, which I'm from, please feel free to send us a message at global@northeastern.edu.
And also, Zainab is asking if it's necessary to have a GRE for enrollment in your university.
All right, so GRE is required. However, we are waiving GRE and GMAT for fall 24. So it's not mandatory. Still, if you want to submit your scores, you can, but those are not mandatory for fall 24.
Okay, and also we got another question related to scholarships, and they are asking if the scholarship usually covers the living expenses and tuition fee.
Right, no, it covers tuition partially, but it never covers living expenses. We do recommend that all of our admitted students also connect with third-party organizations that can provide funding to international students. So, you can go ahead and search on your home country where to find third-party organizations that provide loans and scholarships to international students.
Okay, thank you. And we also have questions related to courses. They ask for an overview of the courses that you have. So I don't know if you have a list or something to show to our students now.
We have more than 200 programs. So unfortunately, I can't really give you like all the courses, step by step and all the catalog. However, I am happy to share our website where you're going to be able to browse through all the programs that we offer at Northeastern. Just give me 1 second and I am going to share. Oops. I'm going to share here on the chat box as well. So this is the link to all of our graduate programs. So students can narrow by degree, time, areas of studies, location, and all of this. So we have graduate certificate, which are usually 8 months or so. We have master's degrees, which are usually 12 to 24 months. and we have PhD programs, which are usually 5 years.
Okay, thank you. And all your courses are located in Boston?
Nope, we have, let me go back the slide, just 1 second, so I can show you. So this is where we offer all of our graduate programs. Just 1 second. So once again, there you go. This is our global campus network. So we have our main campus located in Boston. However, we do have master's degrees which are offered throughout our global campus network.
Okay, so thank you. One last question. Is it possible to attend your courses online too?
Yes, so as I mentioned during the presentation, you are welcome to apply for virtual programs. The only thing is that you have to complete the program from your home country. You cannot attend fully online courses on an F1 visa in the US.
Okay, and I have a curiosity related to this. Do you have the chance also to receive a scholarship if you're attending an online course?
That's a great question. Unfortunately, the chances are a little bit smaller to be granted scholarships for virtual programs.
Okay, thank you so much, Marina, for this overview of your university. It was really interesting, and your network is impressive. And I would say that we're done with the question, but thanks again to you, Marina, to be here with us today, and thanks to everyone to have joined us and to have been so curious and responsive with all your questions. I hope you learned a lot about Northeastern University and that this webinar helped you to make the decision to study in this prestigious university. So if you're interested in receiving our certificate of attendance, you can click on the link that I'm sending right now in the chat. So here you are. And we will share the recording with you in the following days. So please keep an eye on your email. And I would ask one thing to the panelists now. Just one question, if you want to leave a message before saying goodbye to our students.
Yeah, sure. So I would say that, I know that it takes time for you to decide on where to go. And it is an important decision that you are making in your life because, you're not only choosing a place for you to go on holidays, but you're choosing somewhere where you're going to spend a great deal of time studying and working and making connections and all of this. So be sure that you do your research and you plan ahead. Do never leave things for the last minute. So it's already December, if you think about it. And then we have winter holidays in the US, and we have summer holidays in, let's say, South America. So bear in mind that the clock's ticking and admissions for fall 24, they are already open. You don't want to leave it for the last minute because if you do, you might need to defer or you might not be eligible for scholarships anymore. So please be mindful of the deadlines to apply. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to connect with us via email at global@northeastern.edu. And I do recommend researching a lot. So go through the website. All the information that you need is there at Northeastern, www.northeastern.edu. You can also access our YouTube channel. You're going to find that on the website as well, because on the YouTube channel, you're going to actually see some short videos, maybe about the program that you're interested in. You are able to see, let's say, a testimonial from a student ambassador about the program that you're interested in, about the location that you're interested in. So these are all important resources for you during this research process before you actually apply. And once you apply, be mindful to check your application status. If you have questions, connect with us. Remember, and once again, don't leave things for the last minute. I know that sometimes we tend to do that. If you're applying for more than one university, you definitely don't want to leave it for the last minute. Otherwise, you're not going to have any responses on time for you to actually confirm enrollment and start the program at the desired term. So plan ahead, do your research, don't leave things for the last minute, and think about your career goals and what you expect. as an international student, we welcome you in any of Northeastern's campuses where you're going to have the opportunity to take on cooperative education. So don't forget about that. We are number one in the US for cooperative education, which means that 98% of our students, they attend cooperative education as part of their learning process at Northeastern, so they can apply what they're learning in the classroom in the real world on full-time paid positions. So that's what differentiates us from any university in the US. And yeah, so if you have any questions, go ahead and let us know.
Thank you so much for this advice. And I'd like to remind the students that you can contact the panelists to the email that you find here. Please check the website, and if you have more questions for us or for the panelists, please contact us. And let's say that thanks again to everyone. It was a pleasure for me to be the host of this webinar, and I hope to see you again in the next webinar. So it was a pleasure, Marina.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to talk to you about applying to graduate programs at Northeastern. And thank you for your questions. Those were really nice as well to answer. And yeah, thank you so much for being with us.
So have a nice day. Bye.
Bye, everyone.